Good morning, everyone. This is a day in the life of Noah Kagan. Woke up, brushed teeth, make your bed, get a little win in there, throw in 50 push-ups. Normally I don't have like an insane workout that you're about to see, but it's nice to mix it up in the day. One of the things that I really like to do is that I plan my weeks on Sundays, so you can kind of see the calendar here. So I know what's kind of coming up this week. And then the night before, I generally create a little bit of a checklist to say like, what are the key things I have to get done today? Look at myself in the mirror, say positive things. Just kidding, I don't have that on there. But like today we're gonna do a video later today. I'm meeting a guy who does real estate. I think the key thing with a lot of y'all is like, what's the most important stuff for you to get done this week? I think a lot of people do a lot of the distractions, including myself. But it's like, what are the key things moving me forward towards my yearly goals? That's really what I do. So here's my stuff for the day. And you can see that's just kind of like followed and it's already scheduled in my calendar. So like today, right now, I'm gonna check email, check it on Slack, see the company. I told you I looked at like some of my instant messaging and stuff like that to see if anybody said what's up. Probably read a book just for a little bit. It's always nice to kind of start and learn something each day. Something I've talked about in the past is called Gebby. So that's an easy way to get your morning going, which is gratitude. So every morning I have a note file right here. It's called What Am I Grateful For? I'm grateful today, honestly, and then last week I tried something different. Last week I tried each day, this was pretty fun. Each day I just said one thing nice about myself. I thought that was pretty fun. Today I would say that like I was nice to try a new workout and meet new people. So write something nice about myself, yeah, eat. And then another thing I would like to do every day is just I have a daily thing. So in my daily things, just kind of reminders to myself where don't do things that like drain my energy. You have everything you need. Show up. Sit into the silence. I think I get real anxious if I don't have a lot of stuff going on. So I try to be okay if there's not. I'm not very good at that. Courage. Being afraid of things and going after it. And then I look at my yearly goals. So I have my word of the year, which is joy. Need to remember that. And then my yearly goals. So how much money for the company, how many subscribers on YouTube, thank you for subscribing. Finish my book, that's actually the thing I'm doing this week. You can see my schedule. This purple stuff is meeting with different book publishers. Personal stuff, so flying, workout stuff, push-ups and biking. Living, which is get a house. I finally got a house, thank you God. Travel, which is a little bit adjusted. And then life philosophy, which is like have joy, put a little hot sauce in each day, don't wake up to an alarm. No, there's a few other ones I think are really good. Be around enhancers, compassion for others and yourself, minimize the things you have to do, maximize the things you want to do. In between two choices, default to the bold or more interesting story. Woo!
Alright, wake up. Normally 9 a.m., but today's a gym day, so getting up early. Because I'm filming, so I wanted to impress you guys. Alright, so get out of bed. Let's see more. Make the bed. Lights off. Right now, if I didn't already, I'd go pee. Let's do it, just in case. So, run over to my phone. I like keeping my phone out of the bedroom. I think that's kind of common for people now. Check ordering sleep score. I didn't sleep very well. I was very anxious because I was making this video. And in a few minutes we have AYMAN coming for the gym. Then honestly, I'll check like basically 4 things. I'll check text, so I'll see if there's anything kind of coming out. There wasn't. Then I check WhatsApp. There wasn't. Then I check Instagram for anybody slid in my DMs. Andrew said what's up. He didn't, but there is a cute squirrel photo, which I really like. I actually don't check email or Slack, and I don't have email on my phone. Do a quick how crypto is. It's up. It's gonna be a good day. Spring water, element tea, electrolyte packets, so good. That's a coffee mug that already has shit in it. So can we do a cool B-roll thing? B-roll time! Normally I don't do it this way, but. Then I'll grab a book. So right now I'm reading Sovereign Individual, actually really good. I'll double check things I have to do for the morning. I read it out the night before, so I don't do these note card thingamajiggers. Make fake video about what a 8-figure CEO does in the morning. Oh, yeah, that's all I have to do today. No, it's just a bunch of different things that we're gonna do in today's activities. So I like having that out. Take my book. I always have a pen when I read. You can see I'll do underline and things like that. And I'll go sit wherever in the house, either outside or I have a reading room. You know, see the reading room? Oh, there's AYMAN. AYMAN! We have an AYMAN outside. It looks good, look at that. Ugh, God, it looks hot.
What's up, fellas? What's going on, dude?
Did you get a new truck?
I did.
Dude!
Yeah, we got, dude, is this new?
Yeah.
No. No way, dude.
Yeah.
And congratulations,
Thanks,
man. That's huge.
Yeah.
You should just hang that right here in the front.
Thank you.
So good.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
Wow, how did this end up here? I want to thank myself for doing all the videos. I want to thank, you know, the 100,000 people I paid to subscribe from Fiverr.com sponsored. Use code NOAH at checkout. No, thank you, Jeremy, Mitchell, the team that helped put all the content together, and every one of you guys for smashing that like button. Oh, subscribe to the channel. Do that, and then we'll get like another one, and then we'll give it to you. That'd be cool. Every morning do push-ups. Oh, this, whatever. Let's go outside. We'll do morning push-ups. Do 200 a day.
That's how you know you're doing them. It's actually really well done. They have a really nice site. Exactly.
That's cool.
It's another asset class.
It's so wild.
Years ago for a bit, so I
Her, she goes, that's her thing.
When it's 2 or 3?
How's the view, Brandon? It's nice. One thing that my buddy Andrew Chen did that I thought was really cool was having like designated areas for reading. So the room in front for reading are just coming out here and reading. Very blessed to be able to have that. And now I'm gonna shave my head. When you're single, it's definitely harder because like the back of the head's a pain in the tushy. Honestly, the past few weeks I've been, you know, back working more day to day within APPSUMO. I'm exhausted at 6 o'clock. Like I literally can't function. And so I think it's a function that I'm like not adding enough recharge. I'm older and I'm not also adding enough recharge time during the day. I'm just kind of like 24/7 on with it. And I think when people burn out, it's just more about sustainability. I don't think you can burn out until you're 80. Like if you feel like I burned out, I'm like, one, you're not. You're just probably not adding in enough rest time throughout the work. Or working on something that matters. So I think what's interesting about day in life for me is like I live the same day as everyone else, like whether you have a lot of money or a little money. But I think where I've created success, whatever, is that I'm very clear on what my goals are, and then I'm pretty damn intentional about like how does my week actually map to the things that are most important to me. No, but I think there's a balance though. You don't want to spend your whole day being like I've got to be productive and I've got to do my meetings and I've got all this stuff. It's like you're still gonna die. So there is some balance of like what is challenging, fulfilling work that you can spend your time doing. And enjoy life. I think people miss out on that point. Like, I have to read in the morning and I do 5 a.m. this and I do 6 a.m. that. I'm like, still gonna die. So if you do that and it makes your life really enjoyable, great. I just think there's some balance of like make all the productivity stuff and then actually balance it out with just living and enjoying. Ideally, your work is enjoyable too. I think people miss out on that. So fun is my orange color in my calendar if you saw it. What I'm looking forward to this week, and I think everyone should plan things to look forward to. So I'm going flying tomorrow, so that's gonna be awesome. I have a date tonight, so that Monday and Tuesday intentionally were alone. I was just like, let me just plan some alone time. Friday, I don't have anything. Saturday, I'm gonna go mountain biking with friends, and we're looking forward to that. And then Saturday afternoon, I think me and Sampar and maybe Neville are gonna go shoot guns. And then Sunday, I'm gonna go flying. So I think I maybe intentionally plan things that I'm gonna have fun with. And I think with the meetings and a lot of the stuff during the work week, whether you're an employee somewhere or you're solopreneur or you want to be, I think it's just like, how do you have weeks you look forward to? Like I was having a lot of weeks where I'm like, oh my God, I have all these meetings and it's not that meetings are even bad. I actually like a lot of my meetings now. So how do you create more things in your week, work-wise and fun-wise, you look forward to? And then if you're not looking forward to it, how do you fix it? So what would make this a meeting that we can't miss? And then trying to apply that to the meetings, whether you worked at Intel like I did, whether you're doing YouTube, whether you're a student, whatever that is, just create more weeks that you have things you're excited about.
Use a dollar bill as a bookmark. It has nothing to do with being rich or faking or anything like that. I want to get my dollar back, so it helps me read faster. That's why I try to use dollar bills. I can talk about the therapy journey. I think that we kind of discussed at the end of it was, this doesn't sound positive, and I do like my therapist. It was write all the worst things about yourself. And it was just kind of the thought there is like, if you can like all the things, if you can like all the worst parts of you, you know, then you can like the full self. And I think you can do that and write about all the things you do like yourself too. I don't think it has to be just the negative. But I think that what it leads to is just accepting yourself. Who would you be if you're not interesting? And it doesn't mean that none of us are interesting. It was just like, if you're not trying so hard to learn how to fly or do any of these fucking things, like who would you be? And I thought that was just a healthy question. Not that you can't do interesting things, but just like, if you're just you and your purest, nakedest, authentic self, what does that look like? And can people still accept you and like you for that? And that, you know, maybe that's where the money comes in, or trying to do all these activities comes in. So it's a nice to have an outlet of someone that's kind of there just to kind of help you improve the way you think about things, and hopefully live, you know, I'd say hopefully live a better life. It is kind of cool to have a videographer follow you around. I don't know this guy, so he keeps following me around. See you guys.
What's up?
What's up, man?
Hello.
What's up, Brandon?
Hey.
Howdy. Good. You. Ilona. Shalom. Great. I was filming a YouTube video, so you guys, Brandon will film for a little bit.
Your house. They basically do all the grocery shopping for you, too.
Yeah. A lot of these all sound like what I'm looking for. Like, you know, like, I just need to get married. We're not just need to get married.
Well, it depends.
Or I'll do that stuff. No worries. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is like, they come with other things. They're good and bad.
Can we do like, how do you... Photo op. Let me just tell you about the staff. They're great. They're, you know, I wore the cool hat to come into the office. Yeah, guys.
How's it going, man?
Yeah. What's up? Yeah. Hey. Honestly, probably the best decision I've made in 11 years at APPSUMO is buying this coffee machine. It's literally like if you want to divorce your husband and just buy this instead with the divorce money, it's fun. I've already had like 6 cups today, so I am lit. But honestly, like fire coffee, really, really good. It makes like really, really nice stuff. That's the best thing I've ever done for the business. Once a day after 4 p.m. I'll have snacks. I don't do snacks until 4. 1 Swedish fish, check. 1 Twizzlers, check. And then I'll throw in, generally I'll throw in 1 RX bar, but I generally, like, if it's after now 2, I'll wait till 4 to have my snacky time. And then I do 200 push-ups a day, so it's around push-up time. So we're gonna hit some push-ups. That's what I did. Last year I did 100,000, and it was honestly too many. It was like my whole day was doing push-ups. One step kids can have it, and ideally there should be like you've got more kids because you'd be great parents.
Yeah, no, I mean one of the screwed up things about, I mean it's cool that people are waiting longer in some ways to have children, and like everyone's sort of like more financially stable and probably more mature, and that stuff's all good, but watching some friends of ours go through that process of like trying to have kids when you're kind of like pushing 40, it's can be rough. Yeah.
Well, 2 things to share and open up with you. One, I started looking at freezing my sperm.
Mm-hmm.
So I put it in my freezer just to kind of see what would happen. And it's like, it's supposedly not that it's not that good. No, my buddy sent me some clinics. So they mail it to your house.
my number one priority is finding the next CEO of AppSumo, which is something that we're going to start pushing hard on. So I'm spending all my time either getting referrals as well as working on some options, because whoever we hire will require more options. So the majority of my week is towards that. It was an awesome day. Exercise, met some cool people like the Moses Kagan guy in real estate. Feeling damn good. I wanted to knock it off with a YouTube video and showing behind the scenes a little bit. I do this 2 to 3 times a week. Towards the end of the day, Jeremy, who works in the scripts, basically figures out like what's the best topics we can be making videos on and how do we do like quicker scripts. For me, I think the last thing I would highlight is think about like what makes an epic week and then what makes an epic day for you. On a Sunday, like what would be like, man, I finished everything I wanted this week. This was an amazing week. And then just make that your week and really look forward each week and be like, man, how much of stuff I really don't want to do? How much stuff do I really want to be doing? Try to just really maximize your week around the things that you're really looking forward to. Workouts, learning, meeting people, making YouTube, moving priorities, and whatever the most important thing in your company is. One thing I wanted to highlight is that what's interesting in like a 6-figure day and an 8-figure day. So let's say you have an e-commerce store on Shopify, or you're doing e-commerce like AppSumo.com, or you're doing a SaaS business. I think the difference between an 8-figure company and 8-figure day versus 6-figure day is they're working on 8-figure activities. So they're not actually spending a lot of times in like 5-figure or 6-figure activities. They're saying, all right, this is an 8-figure activity. Hiring is an 8-figure activity. Thinking about your market size is an 8-figure activity. How do you actually do your marketing is an 8-figure activity. And thinking about that just as the question, like, is this an 8-figure activity or a 6-figure? And I think if you're mindful of that, and is your goal an 8-figure business, like you can go to 8 figures, 9 figures, and beyond. So I think what's a misnomer in today's society is that if I go for a walk or I have a conversation with someone for 2 hours and I don't actually do work, is that valuable to the business? Right? Is that beneficial? And so the answer is yeah, hell yeah it is. And you have to wonder to yourself, like I noticed for myself even, like a lot of days I'm like super busy, but I think a lot of people are super busy, don't get shit done. They're just busy because they want to feel busy. And so the real question is, what is the output and the outcome you are looking to accomplish, and what is the best ways of doing that? Is it being quiet? Is it having time just running around? So some days, like today, you're not seeing me at a desk doing a lot of output. Like I had gym in the morning, I had therapy in the afternoon, I met this guy Moses, I made a YouTube video, I talked to the lawyers. This is a day where like I'm not actually doing like brain power thinking. Tomorrow, on Thursday, I'm having a lot of meetings with publishers because one of my goals this year is to get my book published. So we're getting a lot of that stuff done. And then Monday and Tuesday this week, I spent probably somewhere between 6 hours each day talking to CEO recruiting firms and CEO potential referrals, specifically focused on that role. I was sitting in the office. The thing I would just highlight here is what's the output you really want to have accomplished and what helps you do that shit. The second thing is, just because the computer is open doesn't mean you're doing anything useful. And I think that's a really big thing that people fuck up. They're like, oh, this is open, like I'm being useful. But because you're not seeing me type doesn't mean that I'm not creating wealth for myself, for the people that work here, for the company, as well as just creating value or creating stuff that helps our customers. A lot of the ideas, like let's even say for our YouTube content, is because I'm like talking to people, or I'm out walking, or I'm reading a book, or I go through therapy. I'm like, oh, that sparked a thought that's gonna lead to something that's gonna be a lot better. But it's hard because that's not as tangible in some of these things. So I guess the moral of the story at the end of it, I'll just be repetitive, is like, what are you trying to accomplish and what are different things you can do to get there? I think the most counterintuitive one, and I'm still working on it, is like, how do you recharge better to accomplish more? There's a lot of books on like Powerful Engagement, Effortless by Greg McCallum that just came out. And I still just like go all day, right? Like I've been up since 7 with Brandon. It's 5, we got another hour of this. Like that's a 11-hour day. Like, did we really have any breaks? My ideal situation for everyone is like, how do you make your work enjoyable? So like I had lunch with the AppSumo leadership team as a way of bonding and building trust and getting along with each other so that we can make better decisions. Does that work? I guess so, but I fucking enjoyed that lunch. One, besides the food was really good. It was just like good company, good conversations, and camaraderie, so you learn more about people, so you feel comfortable saying like, hey, if we're gonna do some stuff, I trust you. Same thing with like gym this morning. It was 7 a.m., it was damn early. I know you had to get up early too, but I felt like I actually got to meet some really impressive guys. Like the guy's house, super rich. I got a good workout, got some bonding and camaraderie. It's like, is that work? Hell no. But it definitely provides connections and potential relationships that could be really interesting in the future. So I think what is work is kind of an interesting thing for people to just consider. And again, what work do you really want to be excited to be doing all week? And then what type of lifestyle are you trying to create for yourself, and what type of work helps you really do that? I think you should try to figure out like, how do I spend my day doing the things I really enjoy? And guess what? Somehow I also can do that and make a lot of money. Like that should be the ideal dream for everyone out there, whether it's real estate like Moses or helping run and start startups like me. I think if you're just getting started and you're like, hey man, that seemed like a pretty sweet day, think about like, what do you need financially, or how do you reduce your costs so that you can make this your day? Maybe it's like mine, or maybe it's like someone else's, but reduce your costs so that you can try out to see what kind of week you want to be living. I know at Intel, I hate it every day, right? I like woke up, drove to work, it sucked. the whole day sucked. And then I enjoyed going to volleyball and, you know, bowling league and then weekends, but it was just going to work was the horrible part. So for me, my day was wake up early, at lunch, at night, at weekends, try to create side hustles so that I can make enough money to be able to quit Intel. I was able to quit Intel and go to Facebook, so it worked out, but even at, you know, I kept doing it, those side hustles that eventually led me to where I am now. I'd say the biggest thing, if you, whatever your workday is that if you're not at a place where you want to be professionally, or you're not at like the money you want to live a certain lifestyle, put in the hours. At the end of the day, like there's probably smarter hours, but there's no escaping that the hours. That's why I want to discourage everyone from trying to get rich on crypto, trying to get rich on GameStop, trying to just get this get rich quick schemes, is that it comes fast, it goes away fast. And I think the real wealth and really having great days is like, putting in the work now and you can enjoy that stuff later. Like, look, if you're not where you're at the end of the day, like there's strategies and ways of creating it, but at the end of the day, put in the work. Like that's the simple message in a lot of the content I share is that I wouldn't say I suffered because I tried and tried and tried. But with AppSumo, we didn't make a lot of money, and I just really loved promoting things for many, many years. And eventually, it was like, oh, cool! Like I can't believe we're getting to make money. I can't believe we're making money promoting software, and that's like my career. And I want everyone else to find that too. So for behind the scenes, for y'all at home, my energy level, Hubert, I'd say it's a 5 because I've had a long day, a great day, behind the scenes day. I use a teleprompter most of the time. I'd say about 70% of the time. Here's my little clicker controller. So if you ever see me in videos going over here, it's because I have this little clicky. And I also like this room. I feel like it's more professional. That's Brandon. And we're making a video about AppSumo's marketing plan so that if you guys are trying to do marketing plans, you can copy this video. I powered up with some Twizzlers and Swedish Fish. And this is one of my new favorite sparkling waters. Twacken. But we're trying something a little bit different, having the laptop out to see how that looks in the camera. And then you can see, did you get the teleprompter? All right, try one more time. In 2021, my company AppSumo.com is going to make over $70 million. That's crazy. And it all comes down to our marketing plan. Once we sell, let's say thousands of them, we take that revenue and we share it with our partners. So customers get a great deal, partners get money and customers, and then we get a little bit of it. I think I've always had the mindset that I think a job shouldn't be work. How do you find something that is not working for you? It's just like you enjoy it, and then somehow you make money from the gods, right? Like I think that's what everyone should be aspiring to, whether it's being behind a camera, whether it's being in front of a camera, whether it's being running a company, right? Like is work literally sitting at a computer, right? They're reacting to emails, they're consuming social media, and I know I'm just as guilty as a lot of other people out there. And so I think it's interesting to be mindful of what is work for you. Is reading, is writing, is thinking productive in work? Yeah. Is it measured in our society as work? No. But like if you read Warren Buffett, one of the greatest investors of all time, he spends most of his day reading and talking to people. I think we would not think of that as work. I actually probably would not consider this a typical work day for me. Like yesterday, it was like a lot of meetings with CEO, recruiting firms, meeting with people on the team. I was talking with Chad, my business partner. We talk twice a week, every Tuesday and Friday. That was a little bit more of a traditional day. Same thing with tomorrow. Tomorrow I have Hebrew class. I'm gonna go biking in the afternoon. I have meetings, I think, with 4 different publishing firms. And then I think I have a little bit of time looking at the AppSumo Culture Handbook and looking at CEO recruiting. And that's a full ass day. Life is short. It's too short to be wasting it in a crappy job or doing work you don't really enjoy. So if you hate your job, start planting the seeds in the morning, at lunch, at night, and on weekends so that you can be spending your weeks doing the things that you more thoroughly enjoy. I love you. See you out there.
Pew pew. Have you seen like Angela Johnson?